Okay, we are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be playing the third game of a four-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays at Camden Yards. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back for another night of baseball. It's your pal, the Bird Watcher here. People call me BW for short. That works for me. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Charm City chat. How you guys doing? I know there's a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about during the ball game. But first, let me extend a warm welcome to anyone that might be new to my channel. I'm glad you found it. This channel I just started up in time for this 2024 Baltimore Orioles season. I've been doing live play-by-play and commentary for every single game. I think we're, 107 games. We had a doubleheader yesterday. 107 games into this season. A record of 63-44. And we've just wrapped up the trade deadline. It ended just minutes ago. And there's still reports of some deals, last-minute deals coming through. So we got to talk about some trades. We got to talk about a lot of stuff. But if you're new to the channel, I just want to appeal to you first to give the channel a chance. If you do enjoy Orioles baseball, this is a great place to follow the team all season long. Again, a place you can rely on for Orioles coverage for every ball game, and also a community where you can watch along with other fans here in the Charm City chat and express your opinions and thoughts about the ball game as we watch it. It's been a great community so far. I'm so proud of my fellow bird watchers here in the Charm City chat. So if you give it a chance, please consider subscribing to the channel. There's a button at the bottom of your screen. It's free. It's easy. There's no commitment, no obligation, and no salesman will visit your home. And you can help get us closer to 2,000 subscribers here just a few months into this experiment. Right. Again, so much to talk about. My mind is racing with what to talk about and how to prioritize it, but I think we just got to do the standard thing here first and talk about tonight's pitching matchup and starting lineups and get everything ready for the first pitch. And then once all that's set, we can start to address some of the transactions that have gone down today. So today on the mound for the Orioles, the ace, Corbin Burnes. A chance for the Orioles to take the lead in this series. 10-4 record, ERA of 2.45, taking on a veteran right-hander Chris Bassitt of the Blue Jays, who has an 8-9 record, a 3.78 ERA. I'm going to have the Blue Jays lineup right here because for whatever reason this site doesn't tell you who's playing in what position. And I'm not about to guess when it comes to the Blue Jays, especially with all the trades and everything they've been doing in the past couple of days. For the Blue Jays, leading off and DHing George Springer, Dalton Varsho will play center field and bat second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will be the first baseman hitting third. Spencer Horwitz, the cleanup hitter, and playing second base. Alejandro Kirk will bat fifth and do the catching. Ernie Clement will be at third base batting sixth. Is it Addison? I can't even read that. Yeah, Addison Barger. Young player who just hit his first major league home run in the first game of the doubleheader yesterday. He'll be in right field. Leo Jimenez, the shortstop, batting eighth. And finally, Stuart Baroa in left field batting ninth. Again, Bassitt on the mound for the Blue Jays. For the Orioles, hopefully I'm going to guess these positions correctly. I'm going to go with Mullins is in. So, yeah, Colton Cowser will lead off and play left field. Adley Rutschman will bat second and do the catching. Gunnar Henderson will be at shortstop hitting third. Anthony Santander in right field, the cleanup hitter. Ryan O'Hearn will bat fifth, and I would assume DH, while Ryan Mountcastle hits sixth and plays first. Jordan Westberg should be at second base with Arias in the lineup. He hits seventh. Ced Mullins, he put him in center field. He bats eighth, and Ramon Arias at third base batting ninth. All right, we have just 5 minutes before the first pitch. What else to talk about before we get into these trade things? Well, let's just head on over to the Orioles homepage here and see what we can see here. We'll just have all these moves here Okay, so we're already. Oh my God! Well, this just came out. Wow, Cole Irvin has been DFA'd as of 5 minutes ago. Wow. There you go. So we bring in Trevor Rogers, a left-handed starter from the Marlins, and we gave up a couple of big pieces to get him. Kyle Stowers and Connor Norby. They are no longer with the team. They are now Miami Marlins. And we get back Trevor Rogers, left-handed starter. So I guess the Orioles are shifting things around. With Rogers now entering the rotation, that would see Albert Suarez make the move to the bullpen and be your long reliever, which would then make perhaps Cole Irvin a surplus to requirements. And the Orioles, I guess, have decided to just cut him. That's I'm a little surprised. I didn't think perhaps we would just flat out cut Irvin. And we've recalled Blake Hunt from AAA Norfolk. Now this is also interesting. Catcher. Not sure if this is just a short-term move with the James McCann situation. James McCann, as far as I know, folks, by the way, what a beast. What a monster. What a legend. We'll talk about him too. We should spend half the night talking about McCann. But I'm assuming McCann, they're going to want to not play him for a couple of days, but not put him on the DL. So perhaps that's the reason for Hunt to be on the team to back up Adley. There are some thank yous to Norby and Stowers on their way out. Let's see. They don't really talk. Okay, there's Trevor Rogers. Let's go over to Jeff Passan's page here. Jeff will usually have everything ready to go up to the last second. According to his most recent tweet, there were a lot of trades. All right, so another move the Orioles made at the very last moment. Gregory Soto, left-handed reliever from the Phillies, is coming into Baltimore. His numbers aren't very impressive, but apparently we see something in him. Seth Johnson, right-handed starter, prospect for us. In return, that's another one I got to sit here and think about. And the other moves, what do we got? Of course, Eloy Jimenez. This one, again, I'll go into further analysis or opinion. And again, folks, it's just my opinion. I'm not Mike Elias. I don't have a track record of building a team to be a winner. He does. So if we bring a player in, I can look at them and go, well, couldn't we have gotten a better player or this guy? I don't know. But, they're here now. They are Orioles. They're one of us. So this deadline's over. We got who we got, and we got to hope we got the right pieces, and we got to root them on. But Eloy Jimenez, a power right-handed bat. We needed a right-handed bat. Nothing wrong with some pop, but if this is what is kind of replacing Austin Hayes, it really isn't, because this guy can't play in the field. I mean, he's a DH. His defensive abilities are not good. So I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do with him. Are we just going to sort of do a platoon at DH with O'Hearn and Jimenez? And if that's the case, are we now done with Adley Rutschman DHing every time we face a left-handed pitcher and using McCann all the time? I mean, obviously, we're not going to use McCann for a couple of days, it would seem, so he can, get a couple of days for the swelling to go down at least. But, Eloy Jimenez. I mean, the power bat and from the right side, that's attractive. I would also argue we've got a great power bat from the right side just sitting there waiting in AAA by the name of Kobe Mayo. I know he's not the same position as Jimenez, but I could also see him sort of filling the same role. Again, maybe a platoon with O'Hearn where he faces left-handed pitching as a DH, and then maybe throw him out there in the field, see what he can do for a few games against righties. I don't know, folks. A lot going on today, but we got baseball starting here very shortly, and I'm hoping that the broadcast I have up here isn't too far behind yours. But if it is, folks, I hope you know how to get synced up with me and enjoy the ball game together. Wow, a lot going on here. Okay. A lot to process. How's everybody doing in the Charm City chat? Let me hit this music button here again. Do I have enough audio up here? I can't hear a damn thing. All right. Am I coming in loud and clear, everybody? How everybody doing? By the way, folks, your boy, that doubleheader yesterday took a lot out of him. I did get some pretty fair amount of sleep, but I gotta admit, I am a little bit, I'm not feeling as miserable as James McCann might be feeling the day after what he went through, but my goodness. If there's a sports streaming version of McCann out there, it's got to be your boy. I'm at it again tonight after 7 hours yesterday. Let's go. Who do we got here? Michael. Going to, play any more games this week? Yeah, Michael, I mean, again, like I'm saying, we just caught up another catcher who's, not a solution of any sort, a stopgap solution, I guess, to fill in for the backup catcher without putting McCann on the DL, because that would tell me that we expect McCann to be available after maybe just a couple of games. Folks, we're about to get started. Things are underway. Corbin Burnes is on the mound, and we are seeing the first pitch, and it's popped up on the infield. Second baseman Westberg is under it, and he makes the catch. One pitch, one out, and we are underway. Springer pops out to Jordan Westberg. The Orioles defensively, left to right in the outfield. Cowser, Mullins, and Santander. Arias at third, Gunnar at short, Westberg at second, and Mountie at first. Rutschman behind the plate. Again, Ryan O'Hearn is the DH. All right. Dalton Varsho, left-handed bat, now in the box for the Blue Jays. And he looks at a fastball cutter right in there for a called strike. The Blue Jays, boy, you want to talk about wheeling and dealing. They've made 8 trades during this window, several of them today, some of them just within the past hour, as this is a swing and a miss on another cutter, and the count is 0-2. So we are facing a Blue Jays lineup that is still waiting for some of the pieces they've picked up to show up. I mean, this is a very depleted roster right now, and we got to take advantage with our ace on the mound. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Another heater, 97, top of the zone. Down goes Varsho.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right, that'll bring up the one guy in this lineup that we can't pitch to unless we absolutely have to. I mean, my God, how many times are we going to let Vlad Guerrero Jr. beat us? He's on an absolute tear right now. Oh, Corbin Burnes doesn't care. First pitch, 98, inside corner at the knees. A beautiful pitch to get the first strike on Vlad, who's hitting .311 right now and absolutely tearing it up. This next pitch is further inside. Vlad doesn't chase, and the count is 1-1. He's on a 12-game hitting streak right now, hitting .522 in that time. I mean, you just cannot pitch to him right now unless you have to. You have to be very, very careful. Here's one on the outside edge, and he reaches for it, does Guerrero, fouls it back, and the count is 1-2. I mean, he's being backed up by a cleanup hitter, Spencer Horwitz. Okay? So when we get later into this game with future at-bats with Guerrero coming up, if there's like a runner on second and the first base is open, you just put him on. Just put him on. This is another foul ball. 2-2 the count. Did I just see that, or did I just make that up in my own mind? We got a 2-2 count on Guerrero. This one is fouled away. Chopped off to the left. Dark clouds and the wind picking up. Oh, no, don't tell me that we've got more rain rolling in. Your boy cannot handle a rain delay. No sirree, Bob. 2-2 pitch to Guerrero. And that one is in on the hands, and he fists it into right center field for a base hit. I mean, there you go, folks. Even Corbin Burnes, the best pitcher we got, who threw a perfect pitch right on the inside black, in on the fists, and Guerrero just muscles it into the outfield for a base hit. He just cannot be pitched to right now. That's your best case scenario. He gets a single off of you. All right. We move on to Spencer Horwitz now, left-handed bat, hitting .285. He takes a breaking ball low for ball one. 4 homers and 16 runs batted in 43 games. I mean, based on the players the Blue Jays have right now, I guess this probably is your next best hitter to protect Guerrero in the lineup. I don't see anybody below Horwitz in this lineup with an average anywhere near .285. Want to know the count on Horwitz, and the pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right. And misplayed by the ball person down there near the tarp. That might take a minute to go retrieve that ball. Guerrero is at first base with 2 down, folks. We're just getting started, scoreless here. Blue Jays and Orioles, top of the first. And the 1-1 pitch to Horwitz is fouled away again. And Guerrero was off on that pitch. Gunnar Henderson gives Guerrero a smile, saying, well, going back to first. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top of the first. Crowd still filing in here. And the batter Horwitz asks for time. Why is this moving? This is already jumping around. How far ahead is this? Oh, maybe this is lined up. We'll give it a chance. 1-2 the count, and the next pitch from Burnes to Horwitz. Check swing in the dirt. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Corbin Burnes strikes out Horwitz. He gives up a single to Guerrero, but that's it. A couple of strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the first. The Blue Jays nothing, and the Orioles coming up. Let's go. Ah, boy. All right, Charm City chat. Let me just run through this first pass and just be able to say hello to everybody so I don't miss you, okay? How you doing there, Ken, Zopfinator, Matt, Michael, Book Doc, Janet, Calvin, Gerald, Rob. Am I getting some repeats now? Looks like it. Is that everybody? Yoko, how you doing? You may be surprised with Eloy. He's a great clutch hitter, late game hero, and hence can play the outfield. He can play the outfield. Look. I'm with you on his abilities at the plate. He can go out there and get you a 6 RBI night. I'm not going to deny that whatsoever. Maybe not on a consistent basis. If that were the case, then he would be an all-star. But I do get it. He's a good power bat, and I'm sure he can destroy left-handed pitching, which we need a right-handed bat to balance out lineups against lefty starters. We're a little bit lefty-heavy, but what I'm concerned with is that Austin Hayes provided us good defense while also giving us that right-handed bat in the outfield to make things a little bit balanced. And if this is the replacement for that, I don't see it defensively, especially with the left field that we got to take care of out there. So we'll see. The best thing I see for Eloy right now is a platoon with O'Hearn as a DH, where he's definitely in there. Instead of having Adley Rutschman DH all the time and having McCann start whenever we face a lefty, that's been the recipe every single time we face a lefty. Maybe going forward, Adley's just going to catch every day, and McCann just makes his start every 4th or 5th game like a backup catcher typically does, and Eloy Jimenez is your locked-in DH against left-handed pitching. Colton Cowser's at the plate, and he looks at a called strike. Jeffrey, how you doing? Did I get everybody else in here? If I didn't, I'm sorry. Shantae, good to see you. Evil Stewie. All right, the deadline sucked. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. Chilo. 0-2 the count now on Cowser after he fouls this one away. Philly special cards. Have fun with Soto. He'll give you guys a few heart attacks. Well, Philly special cards, if you're still here, I just looked at Soto's recent outings, and the very last outing he did for you guys, he gave up 3 runs, including a homer in his 1 inning of work, plus a walk. That's a little concerning. Cowser fouled another one away, and the count is 0-2. It's still 0-2, I should say. It was already 0-2 when he made that foul ball. This one is off the plate outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Hey there, Isaac, Cujo, Fitzy. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, the Marlins and the Blue Jays, 2 teams we've been facing here in the past week and a half. This one is fouled off by Cowser. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, those 2 teams, as far as sellers go, have got to be at the top of the list. The Blue Jays have made 8 trades out. Not sure how many the Marlins have made, but it's got to be somewhere around there, if not more. Here's a line drive and a base hit in the right field over the glove of the second baseman, Colton Cowser. That leadoff spot is yours. Turn on the faucet. All right, leadoff man on. Colton Cowser is officially our leadoff man. How many more times do we have to see it? This has been a fantastic audition so far. 3rd start as a leadoff hitter. One of those leadoff appearances was a home run. We got a leadoff single here. Here's Adley Rutschman, and he takes off the plate low and away for ball 1. Adley.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
.263 average, 17 homers, 61 driven in. OPS down into the 750s. We'd like to see him get back up into that 800 range. Somebody's already making spoilers, Janet? Or is that just a sort of a... This one's outside, and the count is 2-0 on Rutschman. Just sort of a generic statement as a rule in the chat. I hope we're not getting spoilers this early. 2-0 the count on Adley Rutschman, folks. And this pitch is outside. It's 3-0. 3-0. Runner on, nobody out. And Gunnar Henderson waiting on deck. A chance to get to Chris Bassitt early. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That is called a strike. That was not in the zone. Off the plate outside by an inch. About maybe 2. 3-1 the count. Hey there, High Priest. Here comes the 3-1. That one is fouled back. And now, after being ahead 3-0, Rutschman has a full count. Let's see if Cowser will be in motion on this pitch. I would send him. Although it has to be said, Rutschman's been struggling. Still would give it a chance anyway. Let's see if Cowser's on the move. He is. And it is a swing and a miss and a throw down, and it is a strike him out, throw him out. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, Adley, why can't you make contact anymore?
Big buck, big buck. Stop it all.
Cowser made a signal as if to say challenge this, but he's out. Swiped him on the abdomen before that hand gets on the bag. And we have 2 down, bases empty for Gunnar. Let's head on over to here. First pitch is a breaking ball on the outside edge for a called strike. Folks, by the way, how about one brand new subscriber? And let's hit a milestone. Let's celebrate something early here. Henderson batting .283, 28 homers, 64 driven in. He's also got 14 stolen bases on the season. This pitch is line foul off to the left. He is behind in the count 0-2. Number 1700 could be you watching right now, and guess what? It's absolutely free, no commitment, no obligation, and no salesman will visit your home. And there it is, folks. Let's see what Gunner can do to celebrate 1700. He's got an 0-2 count. The pitch is low and outside, 1-2. So to number 1700 and to everybody who has subscribed.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
I mean, we are now edging closer to 2,000. Might be able to get there in a couple of weeks. This one's way high and over the glove of the catcher. Hits the backstop. Count now even up at 2-2 on Gunnar Henderson. Hey there, Bill. Good to see you. Bill Holland, everybody. Bird watcher. Black belt bird watcher. This one's fouled away by Gunner. Still 2-2. No score, bottom of the first. The Orioles got a leadoff hit by Cowser, but he ran on a 3-2 pitch to Adley Rutschman. Adley struck out, and Cowser got nailed at second base. So base is empty here. 2 down. Gunnar Henderson waiting on the 2-2. And the catcher setting up inside. That's where the pitch is. 2 inside, and the count has gone full. All right. Well, there you go. This is typically the case, folks. Whenever I hit a milestone, somebody loves to just unsubscribe in order to take away whatever pleasure I might get out of the occasion. And I'm perfectly fine with that, because every time we eventually just keep on moving up. Gunnar Henderson takes ball 4. How about that? All right, still a chance for a 2-out rally. Folks, get those taters up in the chat.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Anthony Santander, 243, 30 homers, 70 RBIs. We're still in July. This pitch is up and outside for ball 1. Gunner at first, 2 down. The 1-0 is a breaking ball low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. We've got another hitter's count here. Two and 0 on Santander. This will be the 22nd pitch of the inning from Bassitt. And that one's a line drive, base hit down the left field line, and it's going to roll up into the corner. Gunner's hitting third. He's going to try to score. Here comes the no relay at all. Anthony Santander with a 2-out RBI double. Get in. Have taken the lead. Anthony Santander turns on the sprinkler with a double down the left field line, opposite field. He's on second base with 2 down, and now it's time to turn and burn.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Ryan O'Hearn, he looks at a first pitch strike on the outside edge. Hitting .276, a dozen homers, 41 driven in. The 0-1, a check swing. The appeal, no swing, and the count is a ball and a strike. How about that? Santander with a line drive down the opposite field line. That's not usually his area. Next pitch is up and in. Nearly caught that top corner, but Bassitt has now fallen behind 2-1 to Ryan O'Hearn. Let me hear you, Charm City chat. Santander takes his lead from second. The 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, hit on the ground, foul on the right side. We'll do it again. Gunnar Henderson was in. Boy, you could see him kick that extra gear once he was making his way toward third and then rounding third into home. This pitch is up and in on O'Hearn in the zone, and he's able to fight it off to keep this at bat alive at 2-2. With runners in scoring position and 2 out, which is the situation we're in on the season, O'Hearn batting .294, driving in 13 runs. That's called clutch, folks. The pitch. That's over the plate but low. The count has gone full. Mountcastle on deck if this at bat or this inning will continue here. We got a full count here. Santander at second base. The pitch. Breaking ball. Fouled off to the right. A big 12-6 curve there from Bassitt. His next pitch will be number 30 here in the first. So even if we only come away with the 1 run, it has definitely been an effective inning. The 3-2 is high, but O'Hearn goes after it and protects and fouls it off. 91-mile-an-hour fastball, a couple inches above the zone. O'Hearn hanging tough. With a full count, he wants that 2-out RBI. The next payoff pitch is swung on in line, foul down the right field corner. Good solid contact there by O'Hearn, just a little bit out in front. Keep extending this at bat. Bassitt has got to be tiring here. He wants a break. Pitch number 32 in the inning coming up. And Bassitt steps off the rubber as soon as he had stepped on. That's got to be considered a disengagement. I think Bassitt's just trying to give himself a little bit of a breather here. Here comes another payoff pitch, and it's popped up. Left center, and the left fielder makes the grab. Is that Baroa? He makes the grab, and the inning is over. But the Orioles do get a run here in the opening frame and have an early lead. We go to the second. It's 1-0 Baltimore. And again, folks, to those who have helped us get past 1,700.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
And for anybody else who hasn't joined up yet,
I offer you the opportunity to join me in glorious battle.
the opportunity is on the table. Oh, my goodness, folks. Oh, by the way, since James McCann is not in the lineup today and probably won't be for a while, you know, I just can't wait to let you know that I changed my James McCann sound drop. Let's see what it sounds like now that it's live on the air.
Tough guy. Thinks he's a tough guy.
There you go. Did that come in loud and clear?
Tough guy. Thinks he's a tough guy.
Yeah, tough guy. He's a tough guy. 'Cause he is a tough guy. He's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. All right. Coach Lou approves. All right. 121 people here already. Look at Ken helping out. 48 likes. Yeah, folks, go ahead and just get it out of the way with the like button. I don't want to hassle you about it. And we can go ahead and get off the sub screen now. I'm not trying to hassle you with that either. We just like to hang out there during the rallies. All season long, the sub screen, the hat. Where is the hat? Oh, my God, the hat is not where it normally is. The hat. What are you doing way over there, the hat? The hat is on my bed. I guess the hat is even more tired than I was after that doubleheader. It's going to be Alejandro Kirk, Ernie Clement, and Addison Barger coming up here for the Blue Jays. Kirk at the plate now, and the first pitch from Burnes is right down the middle. 96 for strike one. Maybe I should make a poll, something to do with how you feel about today's trade stuff. Maybe we'll put some grades on there. How about taking all moves into consideration? You always have to have a caveat. There's the 1-1 Kirk, and that's a beautiful curveball on the outside corner for a called strike 2. 1-2 on Kirk, leading off the top of the second. He's been hot lately, 327 in his last 14 games. He had 3 hits in one of those games yesterday. This one's hit to Gunnar, and he will throw across the diamond in time. Plenty of time to get the husky Alejandro Kirk. 1 out here in the top of the second. So taking all moves into consideration, what grade would you give us for our deadline moves? And I guess some answers would be A, B. Here's a pitch called a strike to Ernie Clement that looked a little bit outside. 0-1 on Clement, who's hitting .270, half a dozen homers, 28 driven in. Oops. Check swing on another pitch outside. He didn't go, and the count is 1-1. All right, well, I'm just going to put D-F, because if it's a D, you're probably thinking it's bad anyway. So there you go. Let's take a look and see how this works. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Clement, low and in. 99 from Burnes. Wow. Burnes flirting with triple digits. Are you kidding me? Folks, we've got a poll. Use it. Don't type it into the chat. That's part of the fun. This one is fouled back. And the count is even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down, nobody on here in the top of the second. Well, the only one I'm seeing on my screen is the results for B, but B is dominating with 62%, it would seem, so far in the early stages. This pitch to Clement is reached for and hit on the ground softly to shortstop. Gunnar over to first in time. 2 assists from Henderson. Nice to see Gunnar just getting a couple of routine plays and making a nice solid throw over to first base. We need Gunnar's confidence back in the field here. All right, 2 down. And that'll bring up Addison Barger, hitting just 174. 1 home run, and it came yesterday. This one's hit hard on the ground. Second base. Westberg scoops it up over to first in time, and this inning is over. Corbin Burnes has thrown, what, like 24 pitches through the first 2 innings? Oh, man, this is what we need. I was really hoping for this. 24, 18 strikes. I really want Corbin. This is it now, folks. The trade deadline, the window is closed. The teams are what they are, and it's now the final third of the season. 2/3 are in the final third. Act 3, this is it. This is the playoff push. It starts right now, and we got Burnesy out there. We need to recover from that Game 2 loss last night. It was ugly. You know your boy, if you were here watching. First of all, I just want to not necessarily apologize, because I don't really feel like my reactions were off base, but at the same time, you know, I like to promote a sense of, I just, you know, when it comes to young pitchers, I guess I'm just a little more, I don't know what. Plus, when James McCann took that pitch to the face and went out there and caught the rest of the game, and we won that game, and then I see Game 2 as an opportunity to take a sweep, and we'd make some decisions that have me thinking, are we even trying to win this second game? When we just had McCann go out there and do what he did in Game 1, I want to, you know, everybody should be doing everything they can to win that second game. I don't know. I got emotional in that second game. Watching Povich struggle is not easy. I want to root for the guy. But, you know, again, we're in a playoff push here. So I guess your rotation now is Burnes, Grayson, Eflin. I don't know if you want to put Grayson 2, Eflin 3. I think so at the moment, just based on Grayson's track record with the team and Eflin just coming in. But if Eflin pitches lights out and Grayson struggles a bit, if we go into the playoffs, I could see a scenario where Eflin could be a Game 2 starter. but somewhere a 2-3 combo with Eflin and Grayson. Then you got Rogers and Kramer. Albert Suarez now going back into the bullpen for long relief, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Wow, my stream just cut off right during the middle of the first pitch of this at-bat to Ryan Mountcastle. Let me refresh and let me pray that that was just a glitch. And everything is fine. Okay, Mountie is at the plate. And now I'm going to be behind because it's still the same first pitch. I've just lost a few seconds. First pitch is a called strike to Mountcastle. Why am I staring at shirts? I hate this website. Good Lord. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Next pitch is low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mountcastle batting .276.
Okay, mount up.
Against the Blue Jays, he's been a killer in his career. .317 average in 60 games with 18 homers and an OPS near 1,000. The 1-1 is lifted in the air into slightly left center field, and it's tracked down out there. The center fielder was shaded way over toward right center, so he had a long run to make at a ball that was just a little bit toward the left of dead center field, but he does make the catch for the first out, and that'll bring up Jordan Westburg.
West is that way.
Who is in center? Who is that out there? That's Varsho? Okay. Baroa in left, Varsho in center, Barger in right. All right. Lock it in, BW. First pitch to Westy. Bottom of the zone, called a strike. Westburg hit his 18th home run of the season yesterday. .273 average. He also made a couple of defensive errors, making a spot start at shortstop. Here's a foul ball that's going to get out of play down the right field line. 0-2 the count on Westburg. 1 out, nobody on. It is 1-0 Orioles here early, bottom of the second. Blue Jays with 1 hit, the Orioles with a couple. Oh, and 2 the count, and Bassitt is he's in his motion, and the pitch is off the plate outside. 1-2 the count. Oh, look, the sun is coming up. This might need to be a 2 coffee cup morning right here. The 1-2 pitch is off the plate. Count even up at 2-2. Westburg lays off. Hey, Robert, I'm so happy to see you here, Robert. Robert, I owe you an apology, man. And I mean it. Let me wait for a break here. 2-2 pitch, outside, ball 3. Full count on Westburg. Hang in there, Robert. Robert, I've been too hard on you, man. I've been too hard on you. I think you're a good chap. I want you to know that, all right? I was worried maybe you would have given up on me. Because I went back and I watched, again, my behavior during that Povich game, a little out of hand. This ball is grounded to third and a long throw, and that is a close play with Westburg going down the line. The umpire says he's out. Guerrero had to stretch a long way to get this throw from third. I'd like to see a replay of this, but the Blue Jay broadcast team is taking their time. Let's see. Backed up on it, throws. What a stretch by Guerrero. He's got some serious agility for a big man. All right, Ced Mullins is up with 2 down, and he goes after the first pitch. He fouls it straight back.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Yeah, it's the wrong Soto, Rob. Unfortunately, we got the other Soto, right? Actually, you know what? I would rather have Gregory Soto. I said it. This pitch is fouled back. It's 0-2. Yeah, Dan, no problem. Robert, you heard me talking here, right? Just make sure you heard me. I'm telling you, man. I apologize. I am sorry. Oh, I see it. Appreciate it, BW. It's all good. I'm sorry. I'm also, here's another thing I need to apologize for. Folks, even when you mention me in the comments and it turns bright orange on my side, I don't always see it. Please forgive me. My eyes are darting around looking at four different things at once for 3 straight hours. And sometimes I just don't see it even when it's glowing right there in front of my face. Mullins is in an 0-2 count after fouling this ball away. He's hitting .220 right now. But lately he's been doing really well at the plate and in the field. And this pitch is outside, 1-2. But see, Matt, isn't that kind of how everybody feels? If you get Juan Soto, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But you got to admit, if he's not on your team, he's not a guy to really enjoy. This pitch is way in on Mullins, but he fouls it away to keep the at-bat going. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down, bases empty, 1-0 Baltimore in the bottom of the second. And the pitch is lifted into left center, and Varsho is there to make the catch to win the inning. Nothing doing here for the Orioles in the second. We move to the third. Still 1-0 Baltimore. Oh, you see, I almost didn't read Janet saying she forgives me, even though I'm being mentioned. You see? You see what I'm talking about? I don't know what it is. Some stuff, I don't know what it is, people. I don't know what to tell you. Some stuff pops out right, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, I see it. Other times, what is this John Krasinski commercial on a boat dancing around? What is this? Why? Okay, you're a celebrity. It's cute that you're dancing on the boat. Why do I feel like if you're just a regular person, it would be the most cringe thing ever? But because you're a celebrity, it's funny? I don't know. I don't know. You know what? I need to become famous so that everything I say and do is funnier than it is now. All right. Yahtzee. Yeah, Dan, thanks for understanding. It's I'm going to check over on Jeff Passan's Twitter again just to see if there's any of these past the deadline moves that didn't get announced till late. Looks like the Soto deal's the last thing up here. Yep. Nothing's happened in the last 55 minutes. I guess that's it. Sometimes some of these deals, you know, the trade is confirmed, but they still got to do some paperwork in order to make it official. And you get some deadline announcements post-deadline. All right, here we go. Leo Jimenez at the plate. And the first pitch is fouled away. Jimenez batting .245. Limited duty. He's in as the starting shortstop as Bo Bichette is on the 10-day DL right now. 0-1 pitch. He swings and misses at a pitch way low on the outside part of the plate. No chance to touch that one. Hey, there's Cal Ripken in the front row as he usually is. Got a nice bright orange Oriole shirt on today. The human traffic cone. This one's tapped at the plate foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I wonder why the scoreboard isn't updating. Oh, it's better than being spoiled. This pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Leo Jimenez leading off the top of the third. 8-9-1 here, due up for the Blue Jays. Oh, thank you, Mr. Hyde. I'm getting funnier with every milestone. Here's a swing and a miss, and down goes Jimenez.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Jimenez all tied up on that pitch. One down, and here's Baroa, who did a lot during that doubleheader yesterday, as this first pitch to him is low and in. I mean, this guy came in yesterday batting 100. Well, now he's batting 143. 1-0 the count. And this pitch is perfectly placed. 97 on the outside black. 1-1. Come on, Corbin. I'm expecting the lights out performance today. This one is popped up. This should be easy for Gunnar. He's going out into the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. Just like that, 2 down in the third. Vlad Guerrero, the only guy in the lineup to reach base. And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but Vlad Guerrero also, interestingly enough, the only real threat in this lineup. So now you know what to do. Here's George Springer back for the second time today, 0 for 1. First pitch is a called strike. Burnes is on just 33 pitches here in the third. 2 down already. This one is fouled away, and now he's got an 0-2 count on Springer. Come on, Burnesy. We're going to pitch a 95-pitch complete game tonight. How about that? How about a 95-pitch shutout? The 0-2 to Springer. Swung on and missed the breaking ball, and Springer was fooled.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Folks, Corbin Burnes looks to me like he might be in a real mood tonight. And again, this might be reflected amongst all the Orioles. And again, all this uncertainty surrounding the team and players. I mean, these guys are friends. People don't know who's going where, what the hell's going on, what role do I have, what is going on. Well, everything, the dust is settled, all right? I mean, we still got to introduce these new players and integrate them into the team, but no more wondering, am I going somewhere or any of that. Everything's over. Now it's time to just focus on winning some ball games here. Let's go. Let's get some 3-pitch innings. Skeens is the 5th fastest player to get 100 strikeouts in MLB history. How long did it take Doc Gooden? Tell me Doc Gooden's in the top 5. Make me look smart, Matt. Make me look smart. Didn't Doc Gooden just go insane as soon as he broke in? I could be wrong. Let's see. Who would be another candidate? Fastest to 100 strikeouts. Who came in just throwing crazy heat for at least, 67? I'm assuming, what are we talking about? About 65, 70 innings to get to 100 strikeouts? I was thinking Fernando. I mean, he definitely was getting results. I don't know if he was striking guys out like 15 a game or whatever. I was thinking about Valenzuela. But I think Doc Gooden. Where's the list? Who said 5th? Matt. Who's in the top 5? Who else is there? I'm interested. Urias is up at the plate. First pitch is a ground ball foul off to the left. Ramon Urias comes into today hitting .232. 4 homers, 16 driven in 64 games. Wow. That is not a whole lot of offense for that amount of playing time. The 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike. Urias in an 0-2 hole. Chris Bassitt here on the mound. He had to throw 47 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. Nolan Ryan and Frank Tanana. Oh, Clemens is a good good shout. See, like I know it wouldn't be a guy like a Pedro Martinez because he didn't come in like going crazy, but like Dwight Gooden, he really broke in crazy. I gotta think he's on the list somewhere. This pitch is high to Arias, and the count now 2-2. Lightning in the area? Is that what you mean? Is there the threat of bad weather in Baltimore? Please tell me no. Please tell me no. We got a 2-2 count on Ramon Arias leading off the bottom of the third. The pitch is swung on, hit in the right field, right center, and it's going to get over the head, and this ball's going to go! Bye, birdie! Ramon Arias with opposite field power. He finds the bleachers over the grounds crew shed. A solo shot, and the Orioles now lead it 2-0. Holy cow, I didn't see that one coming. And away. Wow. Here's Colton Cowser. First pitch is inside for ball 1. 2-0 Orioles here in the bottom of the third. Guess what? We're back to being home run dependent. And I mean that without any insult to anybody. This is a line drive base hit in the right field. Cowser with his second hit of the day. Do not take this man out of the leadoff spot. It is his. Colton Cowser keeps it going. Still nobody out. Here we go. I'm telling you, Act 3 of this 3-act play that is the regular season, the final 54 games. It starts right now. Well, actually, this is game 108. All right, 55 games. Tomorrow plus this. I'm counting this. I don't care. I've gone too far. Here's the first pitch to Rutschman, and he fouls it back. Okay, come on, Adley. We got to improve here. Look around you. Other guys who have been scuffling, starting to find it. Let's join them. Let's join the party, Adley.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Cowser at first. Nobody out. This pitch is lined. Base hit up the middle. There's Adley. Cowser has to stop at second because that ball's hit too hard right at the center fielder. Still nobody out in the inning, folks. Turn on the sprinklers. This field is getting wet. Anthony Santander's next.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Get those taters up in the chat. Oh, wait, Gunner. Excuse me. Sorry. Gunner. Sorry. I suck. I failed. It's Gunner. It's Gunner. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. It's Gunner. All right. We're going over here. I deserve to lose a sub for that wrong call. Gunner's at the plate, folks. New lineup. I'm so used to Tony coming up after Adley. Okay, this is a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Tough call there for Gunner. 2 on, nobody out. A run in. Don't worry, Tony's on deck. The pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Come on, Gunner. Where you at?
His name's Gunner, and he's dating my mom.
All right. I'll tell your mom to treat Gunner a little better in the sack. Maybe that'll help his game out a little bit. This pitch is upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. All right, folks. 2 on, still nobody out on the 1-2 pitch to Henderson. On the way. This one is lined to the opposite field side, but foul, slicing out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gunnar here in the bottom of the third. Who's the guy in the middle in the booth? I'm watching the Toronto coverage. I haven't seen their booth at all, but I think they have a 2-man team. Plus I've got the sound down, so I can't hear anything that's being said. 1-2 the count on Gunnar. The pitch. There's one up and in, and he fouls it away. Tough pitch, and Gunnar spoils it. Good job staying alive in this at-bat. 1-2 the count. Weather shows a small thunderstorm breaking up as it's heading toward Baltimore in an hour. Okay, it might hit us, it might miss us. This one's way off the plate. About neck high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gunnar. Come on, people. It's rally times. Nobody out. The 2-2 is swung on and hit in the right. This ball is being chased down, but no, it'll drop in. And everybody moves up a base. Nobody quite sure if that ball was going to get caught out there. But the line keeps moving. Bases loaded. Nobody out for Tony Taters. Folks, get ready. Let's go. Get those taters up.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Bases loaded, nobody out. And the man who's hit more home runs since the 1st of June than anyone in baseball at the plate. The first pitch is hit right back to the pitcher. He throws to home for 1 and then the first. A double play, are you kidding me? The worst possible outcome you could have.
Big buck, stop it all. Big buck, stop it all.
My goodness. Just the worst possible outcome. You can't blame Tony. The guy just got you a double in the last inning. Or what, the first, to help us get that first run. He's been carrying this club. He just took a swing, and it was just a really unlucky result. My goodness. Hayes has hit a 3-run homer for the Phillies. Is that right? Good for him. Good for him. I'll take a peek at this poll here. All right, so nobody thinks we did, excellent, and nobody thinks we crapped the bed. Well, a few of you think we did great. A few of you think we crapped the bed, but the vast majority are somewhere in the, we did okay to, just kind of, we got some pieces. Not too bad. Ryan O'Hearn at the plate. First pitch is inside, 94 miles an hour.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
O'Hearn with a chance to try to make that double play a little bit easier to swallow. A base hit scores 2 runs. We'll take it. But if he doesn't get it, man, it's going to hurt. Here's the pitch, and that one is fisted toward the left field. This could drop in for a bloop, and it does! A perfect bloop shot, and 2 runs will score. O'Hearn will stay at first. A 2-out, 2-run single for Ryan Byrne. He's turning and burning.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
It is 4-0 Baltimore. Chris Bassitt took his hat off after that pitch, after that bloop hit. He's up to 66 pitches here in the third. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. And he looks at a called strike. Mountie lined out his first time up. Runner at first, 2 down. Where you at, Mountie?
Okay, mount up.
Well, 0-1 pitch. He went after a pitch inside and missed. 0-2. Not a good cut there by Mountie. Folks, if you're just tuning in and wondering why the hell are you staring at the number 1702, we're in the middle of a rally, and it's working. Hang in there. I'll get you all that info back. And Mountie lifts one high in the air, but going to be playable out there and left. Baroa with the catch, and the inning is over. But the Orioles, oh, doctor, the offense clicking. 3 runs. After 3 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits. We go to the 4th. It's 4-0 Baltimore. 5 hits in that inning. 5 hits in that inning. Averages are going up. All right. All right, well, if passing is done, then I guess I can use this page to maybe head on over and look at some of these out-of-town scores. Oh, that's right. It's Austin, and it's the Yankees. So Austin Hayes with a 3. Man, you got to make that point because I forgot Phillies and Yankees. So Austin Hayes with a 3-run homer, and that's the Phillies lead by 3 over the Yankees. So credit Austin Hayes. Wow, the Guardians already got a shutout earlier today. The Marlins, the new-look Marlins, and the new-look Rays. A battle of a couple of Florida teams that are probably using a lot of guys that just showed up. 2-0 Fish. Although I guess a ray. Oh, wait. It's no longer a double. It's just a ray of like sunshine kind of ray, right? All right. So you know who I mean by fish, right? Is a double ray a mammal or a fish? It's a fish. Like you'd call it a fish, right? Like a stingray? Is that a fish? Somebody help me out. 1-0 Mariners on the Red Sox. That's in the first inning. Scoreless between the Mets and Twins. Also scoreless Reds and Cubs early on. Everything else is later. We'll look at it later. A lot of stuff yet to start. All right. Take it back over here. All right, we have the 2, 3, 4 spots due up for the Blue Jays. Beginning with Dalton Varsho, his average right now is under 200, 199. Burnes has been dealing. Here's the first pitch. It's a curveball. Had the plate, but a little bit low. Ball 1. Yeah, I'm here to enjoy Burnes pitching just as much as I am our hitting. I want to see him just absolutely mow this lineup down. There's another curve. That one's in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. They are like sharks in the fact they don't have scales but do breathe water to get their oxygen. Okay, so they're in the fish. They're not like a whale coming up for air or anything, right? This one's hit on the ground. Nice pick by Mountie, and he gets the ball to Burnes covering the bag for out number 1. Burnes is cruising. He's got the first 10 outs and has only given up 1 base runner in that time, and that base runner is coming up to the plate now, Vlad Guerrero. All right, Corbin, if you want to give up your usually consistent 1 solo home run per start, this is probably the spot to do it. But I'm looking for a shutout today. Let's go. First pitch to Vladdy, curveball off the plate outside. And the 1-0 to Guerrero is swung on. He chased one low and fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. And your boy, we're already in the 4th. I think I need a lucky. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. This one is fouled away again. Almost a carbon copy of the last swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Where's the lucky? Where are you, my precious?
The precious.
Here's one fouled away again by Vladdy. Still a ball and 2 strikes. I'll have to figure it out in a minute. Okay, 1-2 the count. And this pitch is way, way high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Inside. 99 again from Burnes. Man, not only is he in the mood, he's got the velo to match. Full count on Guerrero. It's okay if you walk him, Corbin. We won't give up on you. That's inside and 100 miles an hour for ball 4. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, with a 4-run lead, I think with a guy like Burnes, you challenge him. He did. He got to a full count, and then he went with a triple-digit pitch. Vladdy didn't chase it. Burnes did what he could on that without giving in. So runner at first and 1 out. Here's Spencer Horwitz. And he goes after a pitch on the inside and hits it on the ground foul, first base side. Where's my lighter? Where is my lighter? Where's the flame? Where the hell are you? I'm sending out an SOS. I need fuel. 0-1 the count on Horwitz, who is just now returning to the batter's box. I don't know if he had to get a fresh bat or what, but he's stepping back into the box now. Here's the 0-1 finally, and it's hit on the ground and past Westberg into right center field for a hit. Guerrero turns on the Jets and goes first to third. All right, Burnes has got some work to do here. Runners at the corners and only 1 out, but here comes a double play candidate, Alejandro Kirk. Get this hefty boy to hit the ball on the ground. Man, I tell you what, Guerrero looks so much better than last year. Just watching him run first to third there, he did not run like that last year. Here's Kirk. The pitch, curveball, and he hits it in the air relatively deep. Mullins is going back and stepping onto the track. He makes the catch. Guerrero can do whatever he wants to get home. He's got plenty of time. Mullins is 400 feet away with that arm. Easy sac fly. And the Blue Jays get on the board. It is now 4-1. 2 down, runner at first. If that's all they get, that's fine. Here's Ernie Clement, right-handed batter. First pitch from Burnes hits him. Up and in. And Burnes is upset with himself. He did not want to do that. Clement is going to take a seat and wait for the trainer to come take a look. It looked like it got him a little bit above the elbow on the shoulder. That front left shoulder exposed as a right-handed hitter. And, of course, after somebody getting hit by a pitch, the camera has to switch to a shot of James McCann. I'm telling you what, McCann, his eyes aren't even aligned anymore. His eyes are permanently misaligned. And he's still out there playing ball. Unbelievable. Addison Barger steps up. 2 down, 2 on. The Blue Jays with a run in already here in the top of the 4th. 4-1 Orioles. The pitch, there's a cutter, 97, in the zone for a called strike. That's the first hit batter by Burnes on the season, huh? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. This one is over the plate but low. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice. Some dipping action on that pitch. What was that? 90 miles an hour? That was a changeup at 90. Wow. So, comes in looking like the cutter, and then instead of velocity, it just takes a dip. Oh, my goodness. What a pitch. Okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's a check swing on a curveball in the dirt, and he went around, strike 3, and the inning is over. All right.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
The Blue Jays get a run, but the run is Vlad Guerrero, and you're going to expect it. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 4-1 Baltimore. I tell you what, how about Kevin Kiermaier? Here's a guy, he already announced that he's going to retire at the end of the season. He's with a Blue Jays team that's just selling everything off, and he winds up an hour before the trade deadline moving over to the Dodgers, or he's got himself a decent shot at a World Series, at least appearance, if not perhaps a ring, in his final days playing ball. Dodgers made a lot of moves. Dodgers got Jack Flaherty. That's where Jack Flaherty went. We'll see how that goes. Who wound up getting Kikuchi? Could somebody remind me who got Kikuchi? And Blake Snell wound up not going anywhere, right? I think the Giants were demanding that whoever wanted to get him had to eat all of the contract, and everybody looking to get him was saying, no, you got to throw in. Oh, that's right, the Astros. Thank you, Rob. Kikuchi to the Astros. Oh, what's going on with the stream now? Stream issues, folks. Jordan Westberg's about to come up to the plate, and I'm hoping to have this game working again here in a sec. What is going on tonight? Uh-oh. Time for a backup plan? But this game, I'm not too far behind so far with the call, right, folks? The delay hasn't been too bad? Because now it looks like I'm going to have to try a different stream. Folks, I apologize. I'm going to have to find something else. This game's not coming back on here. I'm just getting a bunch of dots moving around here. Okay, let's see what we can do about this. Gonna take a minute. I apologize, folks. Right when I'm having a lucky, too. I can't even enjoy my lucky. All right, what do we got? I'm getting there, folks. I see it now. It's within arm's reach. It's within arm's reach. Come on now. Would you behave? If you don't behave. All right. Mullins. Wow, so we're already on the second batter. Cedric Mullins looks like he just beat out an infield hit. And looks like they called him out, and the Orioles are challenging. Okay, so Westberg made the first out. We'll find out how in a sec. And Mullins looked like he beat out an infield hit, but it was called an out. The Orioles are challenging it right now. And I'm saying Mullins is safe. But it is close enough with the original call being out where they might not overturn it, but it looks safe to me. I mean, tie goes to the runner, and it's at least a tie. You think he's out? Wow. All right, we'll find out. Westberg struck out, by the way. Westberg struck out in the first at-bat. Sorry about missing that, folks. We're waiting on the call here on an Orioles challenge. I mean, yeah, he's in. It's a tie to the runner. It's got to be at least a tie to the runner. That ball is still finding its way into the webbing of the glove, and his foot is firmly on the bag. I love it. My stream goes out for like 3 minutes, and then when I finally get it back on, I'm just sitting here waiting. Why couldn't the stream go out during the challenge? Everybody's standing around. What is the case? Usually the longer they take, the more chance it is that they overturn it, or is it the other way around? All right, here. No. I thought they were ready for the call. Wow, this is taking a long time. The longer, the more chance. Well, then we should have a great chance because we are, 4 minutes into this? Take your time. Hurry up. Here's the call. He is safe. He is safe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for us. All right, 1 on, 1 out. Ramon Urias coming up.
I have a brother.
Urias with an opposite field home run. Hey, you didn't tell me. I said he was safe. Right out of the gate. This pitch is up and in. Ball 1. Mullins at first with a 3-run lead. Go ahead and try and steal. Why not? I know we got caught once already, but that doesn't mean you stop. This pitch is low and in, 2-0. I told ya. Wait a minute, Ken. I'm looking at this comment above. It says, I think he got it. That's not saying he's definitely safe. And now you're going, told ya? This pitch is high. 3-0 on Urias. 3-0. They don't want to pitch to him. He's got too much power. Blue Jays are on the bullpen phone. Ken, you know I'm just teasing you, right? There goes Mullins, and the pitch. Here's the throw down. He's got to be safe. Yeah, he's in there. Ha-ha! Steal that base, Seti.
Meep, meep. Meep, meep.
Said Mullins steals second base. And that eliminates the conventional double play. I'm getting so used to saying conventional now after one time saying it and then an unconventional double play happened. 3-1 pitch is a called strike to Urias, and the count has gone full. 1 out, runner at second, bottom of the 4th, 4-1 Baltimore. Colton Cowser is on deck. He's already got a pair of hits. The payoff to Urias is swung on, and that's line. Base hit center field. Mullins turns third. He's coming home. The throw is in, and it is cut off. Mullins is in. Ramon Urias, an offensive machine. Solo homer, now an RBI single, and it's 5-1 Baltimore. Let's go. Let's go.
I have a brother. I have a brother.
I don't care about your brother, Ramon. I'm only caring about you. Here's Colton Cowser. First pitch, off the plate, low and away. Look at Colton taking that first pitch like a leadoff man. We have a leadoff hitter, like one that makes sense. I like it. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Count even at 1-1. One ball, one strike, one on, one out in the bottom of the fourth. And somebody called for time. I guess it was Cowser. Hey, look at that milkman outfit. Look at that hat. Oh, that is excellent. See, I think the milkman outfit way better than the cow outfit. Here's a snap throw down from the catcher after this pitch to try to pick off Arias, but he is back in there. 2-1 the count now on Cowser. Boy, this scoreboard has still got Arias up at the plate. Little, the lefty, who we saw yesterday, is up throwing for the Blue Jays. And Cowser fouls one off his leg right above the foot, it looks like. Near the ankle, I think. Let's see on the replay here. Oh, no, actually, that got him off the front foot. Right off the front foot. Not quite on the toe. 2-2 the count on Cowser. Oh, that's good to hear, Ken. Good to hear. Here comes the 2-2. This one is high. Ball 3. Ball 3. And there's David Rubenstein. You can see him sitting right over the shoulder of Adley Rutschman on deck. Rubenstein's sitting in there. Cal's sitting in there. Payoff pitch. Swung on and miss, and another throw down, and it's going to be another... Oh, no, they dropped the ball on the tag. Arias is going to be safe. Oh, my goodness, the Orioles narrowly escape what would have been a second strike him out, throw him out in the ball game. Cowser goes down. Arias, he was out by a mile, but the tag, the ball comes out. The glove comes off. Arias kicks the glove off of Jimenez to take the base. I love it. Yeah, I guess you better super glue that glove on there, buddy. One on, two out. Here's Adley still up there. What am I talking about? This pitch is a breaking ball low. Okay, 1-0, 2 down. All right, lock in. I don't know where I am. Where am I? We got a run in, a runner at second, 2 down. Rutschman at the plate with a 1-0 count. 5-1 Baltimore. That's everything. Okay, here we go. The pitch. Low and in, 2-0. 92 pitches for Bassitt. I don't see how he's going to pitch beyond this fourth inning. The 2-0 to Rutschman. That one is lifted into the air and not a good 2-0 swing. This is going to be a can of corn to center field, and the inning is over. The Orioles do add on another run, though. They've made it 5-1. They've had 9 hits off of Bassitt through the first 4 innings, and that's probably going to be the end of the day for them. We go to the 5th. 5-1 Baltimore. All right. You know what? I'm going to make another cup of coffee. I'm going to run around, so I'll just I'll head off here for a minute. Enjoy some royalty-free music. Oh, I wish I could have the sound up. Mike Elias is in the booth right now with Ben McDonald and, well, my screen was half covered. I don't know who's on the right, but I'm assuming it's Kevin Brown. First pitch to Jimenez is ball one. Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Music, get out of here. Okay, here we go. The 1-0 to Jimenez is swung on and hit toward shortstop. Gunner scoops it up, throws to first on the run, and gets the out. One down here in the top of the fifth. Keep it going, Corbin. All right, that'll bring up Stuart Baroa, 0 for 1 so far. He looks at a strike right on the bottom of the zone at 97. The Yankees just plunked Austin Hayes. I mean, I can't tell you, Ray, by you telling me he got hit that it was intentional. How do you know it's intentional? I know that they have a reputation, but not every... Even the teams that have a reputation, sometimes you still accidentally hit a guy. How do we know? What's the situation? Is the game out of reach? We got a 1-1 count on Baroa, the pitch, and a swing and a miss on a pitch at the bottom of the zone on the outside corner. And folks, if you're listening in on Mike Elias, if anybody wants to give me a little bit of a summary after everything is said and done, anything that jumps out at you of interest, go ahead and let me know. Give me a little bit of a condensed version of whatever he's talking about. I'd love to know. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Swung. Check swing. He went around, and they're going to have to complete the out at first, and they do. Another strikeout for Burnes.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, I know he'd hit a 3-run bomb, Ray, but I mean, is that automatically a reason to hit a guy? I mean, are the Phillies up by like 8 runs or something? If it's still a close game, I don't know why you'd hit him. Here's a called strike on the outside corner at the knees to George Springer. I'm not denying that it might have been intentional, Ray. I like to think they wouldn't be dumb enough to do that to Hayes. This pitch is inside. No, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I mean, so it was a 1-1 ball game. He hits a 3-run homer, and then he comes up and next time to get plunked. It's still, I don't know. I don't know. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Springer can't catch up to that Burnes cutter. There's Kevin Brown. Okay, he's in there. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Burnes is in a zone.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Folks, I've been saying it since the top of the program. I had a feeling about Burnes tonight. I had a feeling we were going to be in store for a gem. And so far, what a gem. 6 Ks through the first 5. He's given up the 1 run on a couple of hits. 1 walk. Looking good. That whip is down to $1.02. ERA at 2.44. Man, that is Cy Young numbers right there. Let's go. This game is halfway over, 5-1 Baltimore. Oh yeah, the coffee. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm not back on screen yet, am I? Whoops. I forgot. I guess I can close this behind me. Hold on. Okay. BW is coming back. Good evening. So Bassitt is finished. 4 innings. Brendan Little, a little lefty. 26th appearance of the season. 4.13 ERA. The Orioles are sending up the heart of the order. 3, 4, and 5, starting with none other than...
His name's Gunner, and he's dating my mom.
Which means we're going to go on over here now. Welcome in 1703. Let's get it up to 17 and double digits. What do you say? 1710. First pitch to Gunner is off the plate, low and away. Why is the back of Gunner's hair all wet? He looks like he's been in the sauna. It must be really humid out there in Baltimore tonight. This pitch is low and away. Once again, 2-0 the count. There's a shot of Rubenstein. Mouth seemingly permanently agape. What are you going to do? The 2-0 pitch. Right in there. Right down the middle. You can't make that any more middle than that. 2 balls, 1 strike. Elias is still talking. I can see the graphic saying his voice is there. This one's hit over the pitcher's head towards short, and Henderson will ground out here to begin the bottom of the 5th. All right, we'll take it back on over. We'll take it back on over. Oh, I love this Yahoo info. Relieving Chris Bassitt, player relieves. Oh, now they've updated. Okay. Rubenstein's taking some notes, or is he? No, he's signing a jersey, I guess. He's got a Sharpie. All right, Anthony Santander at the plate, folks. Come on now.
That's not a tater tot. That's a tater giant.
And the first pitch to him is inside. Tony has a double, but then he hit into that double play ball with that comebacker to the pitcher when the bases were loaded and nobody out. The 1-0 is in there, a strike, 1-1. Yeah, let me throw in some tots. We need to balance out some of these spuds with some tots. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2. Folks, we're almost up to 80 likes. On our way to 100. Help me out if you haven't hit the like button already. Just takes a sec at the bottom of your screen. It really does help out the channel. Here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, and that gets away. Bases are empty. So no harm, no foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. For Burnes, he's got 6 through 5 innings. All right, somebody give me at least one little piece of something Mike Elias is saying. He's been talking for like 10 minutes. Certainly there's got to be a nugget. Maybe he's explaining why we traded away Norby and Stowers for Trevor Rogers, because that's probably what is bothering people the most. Santander with a foul ball, and the count is 2-2. The next pitch from Little. My God, he's holding this baseball forever. Here it is, way outside. And the count has run full. Bases may be empty, but with Tony, the way he's going, a full count, I think it's time for a little... A righty Burr getting loose. Is that Bill Burr? One of my favorite stand-ups? Full count on Tony. And the payoff pitch is swung on and fouled away. Burnes has 7? Okay. I was going by the board here. Okay. I swear it had 6 there. Right after that last strikeout. Maybe it didn't update before I announced it. Appreciate it there, Calvin. So an even more dominant outing for Burnes so far. Okay, here's another 3-2, and Tony hits this one in the right field and deep, going back near the wall, and that ball bounces up and over for a home run. Bye, birdie. Anthony Santander with homer number 31, and he might have had a little bit of help from the right fielder. That ball appeared to maybe have touched the glove, bounced up and over the grounds crew shed. Unbelievable. It's 6-1 Baltimore. Come on, folks. Home run and a double already tonight, and everybody's smiling after that. They know what happened there. The Blue Jays have yet to show a replay of it because they probably don't want to see that ball bouncing off their own player's glove. They never showed a replay of that home run. Man, what kind of broadcast team doesn't show you a replay of a home run? There's a called strike to Ryan O'Hearn at the bottom of the zone. I mean, you tell me, did that ball get out with the help of that? All right, here it is. Here it is. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't touch the glove. It just bounced off that rubber padding on top of the grounds crew shed. Okay. It just got out of here, man. Wow. 6-1 Orioles. 1-2 the count on Ryan O'Hearn. Bases empty, 1 down. We're in the bottom of the 5th. There's a swing and a miss, and O'Hearn goes down on strikes. 2 away. Robert, I think that's a little bit in the air right now because Rock Kabatko made a point about Jackson Holliday in the lineup in AAA tonight, like he was originally in the lineup and then he was removed, but then he kind of walked back his speculation about what was going on. Here's a curveball that looks like just catches the inside corner to Ryan Mountcastle, 0-1.
Okay, mount up.
I don't think we can definitively say what exactly is going on with Jackson Holliday right now. But he could be up soon. This ball's hit on the ground, second base, over to first in time, and that'll do it. But the Orioles add on another. Anthony Santander, 31 bombs. 31 bombs, and we're still in July. My goodness. It is 6-1 as we go to the 6th. 10 hits. We've only left 3 men on. Not too shabby. Dan, no definitive timetable for Mateo. They're just going to rehab it as best they can, but the idea is, considering it's just a, there's no ligament damage, there's nothing broken, so it's a dislocation, so it's about a 6-week timetable. I would expect to see him maybe starting a rehab like in games in Norfolk or something, somewhere in the second week of September, and then maybe we can get it up by week 3. Hopefully enough time to get into, I don't know, with about 10 games left in the season, get him back up and definitely have him eligible for the postseason roster. We got to have him. First of all, we need that backup shortstop because we saw what Westberg did there yesterday. We don't want to see that again. But, of course, his legs are such a valuable piece to a postseason roster. You got to have them. We got to have them legs. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think the holiday move, I'm not sure. I think it's going to happen. I think what the Orioles are trying to do is not call him up too soon, because if they do wait a little bit, he will still have rookie eligibility for next year, and that could be very lucrative in a couple of different ways if they went that way. Dalton Varsho at the plate. He goes after the first pitch, and it's hit into left field, and making the catch is Cowser. He's got it. And look at Burnes. Everybody is pumped up. That was just a routine fly ball. Cowser's showing everybody the catch as if it was the final out of a playoff game, and Burnes is pumping his fists. This team is pumped. Corbin Burnes bobblehead game coming up against Boston August 16th. Here's Vlad. You got a 5-run lead. You can go ahead and pitch to him. It's okay. First pitch to Vlad is low for ball 1. Here's a breaking ball low and outside. 2-0 the count. I guess my main thing is I look at what we gave up to get Trevor Rogers, and I'm thinking that seems like a lot to get what he gives us. Here's a pitch in the zone for a called strike. But then I look at what we gave up to give Eflin, and I made this point in my Discord. If you were just to switch the players around, if the 3 prospects that we sent to get Eflin, if we sent that to get Rogers, I'd go, okay, that makes sense. And if it cost Stowers and Norby to get Eflin, I would have said, okay, fair enough. So, if you just look at everything all together in one soup, I think we came out all right. We'll see what we get out of Rogers. 3-1 pitch to Guerrero is inside for ball 4. All right, put Guerrero on, no big deal. 1 on, 1 out. Oh, Honeycutt just drafted. I mean, Michael, we're talking a full year of player development in the minor. I mean, look at Jackson. That was like a record-breaking. Yeah, it's going to be 2026 for Honeycutt, I would think, unless he really blows people away next year in the minors and maybe gets a September call-up. Other than that, I don't see anything going on for Honeycutt next year. That also is true, Mr. Hyde. He has to sign first. That's also very important. Seth Horowitz has an 0-1 count. 1 on, 1 out. In the top of the 6th, it's 6-1 Orioles. This one is swung on and missed. It's 0-2. He's under control next year, Calvin, right? I don't count just the final third of a year as a year. We got him for the rest of this year and next, right? So 1 year and a third is the way I'd put it. 2 years makes me think 2 years beyond this year. Yeah, Rogers was an all-star, his rookie year? Or He came in looking promising. There's something to Rogers. This one is in the dirt. Gets away a little bit from Rutschman, but the runner at first stays put. 1-2 the count on Horwitz. Burnes is up to 72 pitches here in the 6th with 1 out. Guerrero at first base. Oh, through 2026 for Rogers? Really? Okay, I thought it was the same as Eflin. I thought it was this year and next. All right, well, okay. Thanks for that, Calvin. I mean, that makes me think the deal is a little bit better. I mean, if Rogers is going to be a good piece, if he's going to be effective, then that extra year of service for what we gave up, then yeah, I think that's closer to a fair trade than I thought. 2-2 pitch to Horwitz is low and in, and the count now is 3-2. Not all that hard. You take a look at Rogers' metrics, and nothing really ranks anywhere elite in terms of his arsenal and his individual pitches and contact, like hard hit rate, all that stuff. He's pretty low on a lot of metrics, but those are just metrics, and clearly Elias sees something in him. This pitch is fisted towards shortstop, but Urias, playing shifted over that way, is going to be the one to make this catch on a little flare job out there in the shallow left field. 2 down, runner at first. And that'll bring up Alejandro Kirk. Not much of a crowd here tonight at Camden Yards. I would say we'd be lucky to be looking at 20,000 here. At least from that one shot of the park I looked at. This pitch is fouled away. Wait, I made a good point? Then tell me what it is, because I got to know. I'm sitting here flapping my gums 3 hours straight. I got to know when I've made a good point so I can use it over and over again. The 0-1 to Kirk. Burnes from the stretch. And the pitch is inside, and that hits Kirk. Come on, Alejandro. He's bent over at the waist. The trainers are coming out to take a look. Yeah, I got you, Calvin. An extra year with Rogers. Which, again, that's great. I think, if Rogers can become a regular, reliable starter in the rotation, and you got him for that extra year, I didn't know. I thought it was this year and next. Now that is huge. And you guys, if you've been Robert, making a point there, if you guys have been with me for some time, you know how I feel about Albert Suarez, and I think he is the perfect long relief guy in our bullpen, and that's the role that I think is perfect for him. And I can see it playing in my head right now. A postseason game where one of our starters struggles, has to get pulled early, and we go to a guy like Suarez, and he's going to come in there and get you like 3 or 4 shutout innings, allow the team to get back into that game, and we come from behind to win a ball game from a heroic relief appearance from Albert Suarez. I just feel that situation playing out at some point in October. Ernie Clement at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. He goes after the first pitch and fouls it off to the left. Fifth starter for who? Is Rogers a fifth starter? What is the depth chart right now for the rotation? I'll tell you in a sec. 0-1 the pitch. That's a bouncer toward Gunner. A big bounce. He'll flip to second. Westy covering the bag for the force, and the inning is over. Burnes has gotten through 6 innings of 1-run ball. Just a pair of hits. Is that right? Or is this still not updating? Either way, one thing I know, it's the Orioles 6 and the Blue Jays 1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Let me refresh this. Yeah, I definitely wanted to get a lefty arm. Didn't want to get Crochet. Was ready to move on with the whole Scooble idea. I thought Blake Snell, once that name started to make some rumors, I thought we should probably go after him and see what he can give us. Because he's only got, he's got a pretty large contract, not as large as he'd want, per year. He wanted more years, he wanted more money, but there's only 1 year beyond this one. And I feel like the Orioles could maybe take on that salary for what he could potentially give us. But what are we talking about? Eflin and Rogers. You see, I think there's a chance. We'll see. I think Rodriguez and Eflin, I think Rodriguez is clearly the number 2 right now and Eflin the number 3, but I also think based on performance, there's a chance Eflin could jump Grayson in the postseason. We'll see. And then I think with Rogers and Kramer, I think it's, again, a situation. I'm looking at a postseason 4-man rotation because you really don't need a 5th starter. So Grayson, Burnes, and Eflin are locked in. And the 4th guy, I think, when you need that 4th pitcher in a playoff series, when you got Kramer and then you got Rogers, you just take your pick based on the opponent. Is the opponent got a lineup lefty heavy? Then you go Rogers. If they got in a lineup righty heavy, then you go Kramer. Unless one of those 2 guys just goes into October red hot and then they're just too good to ignore and then you just put them in there. But at least that gives you some flexibility with that 4th starter in a playoff series. Ryan Burr is on the pitch. His 11th appearance of the season, 5.40 ERA, but opponents are hitting only 189 off of him. Sounds like a tough luck pitcher. You think Rogers will outperform Eflin? Well, perhaps. Hey, I like everybody to... I like the idea of outperforming. That's all we want. What I don't want is a Jack Flaherty situation. We see one of these new guys. He goes out there, has a good first start. We're feeling good about what he's going to do for us. And then every start thereon, diminishing returns. Let's just hope these guys can help fill out all the pieces to the puzzle. Okay, it looks like after Kirk got hit by a pitch, they're going to make a change at catcher. Servin is now into catch for Kirk. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Jordan Westburg is coming up to the plate.
West is that way.
Let's see if they've got this updated here. They have not updated it yet, but Servin is in for... Oh, first pitch, Westburg goes after it. Shallow left field. The shortstop, Jimenez, going out. He waves everybody off, and he makes the catch. Westburg down on 1 pitch. Yeah, they haven't updated it, but Servin is behind the plate at catcher now. Hideo Nomo. Man, I should have thought about that name. Matt, where is Gooden on that list? I still don't know. Tell me I'm smart. I should have thought about Nomo. All right. Said Mullins.
Well said, now you know what to do.
All right. Well, if that's the case, get excited, folks. Holiday's perhaps on his way back. Speculation is starting to become closer to fact. We'll see. This pitch is off the plate, but it's called a strike anyway. 1-1 the count on Mullins. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. This one's grounded foul off to the right. 1-2. All right, well, let's think about it. We've got Pache on the roster. Eloy Jimenez is coming in. He's going to take up a spot. Connor Norby is off the team now, so yeah, Holiday could replace Norby, but again, we've got a couple of other additions, and somebody else has got to. You think this might be the end of the line for Arias, especially after what he's done tonight? I don't know. Cole Irvin just flat out DFA'd. That kind of surprised me. And this pitch is popped up by Mullins into shallow center field. Coming in is Varsho, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Speaking of Arias, he's up right now.
I have a brother.
We should have traded Jackson? I don't know. I want to see what this kid can do. I mean, if he's the 5-tool superstar that he's projected to be, I want to see it. Oh, great. Now this game is going into frozen mode. What is going on tonight? This is the 3rd time. Are you going to unfreeze? I'm frozen, folks. No faith in Holiday? No faith. I mean, I understand he had a terrible first call up. But, and you know, I've never had my expectations be too crazy with Holiday. I think if, you know, he's the kind of guy that is in the league for about a decade, everyday starter, maybe makes a couple of all-star games, but isn't like, you know, elite, but still is a plus player. Like, for me, that's not a failure, but it's not necessarily, you know, a guy going to the Hall of Fame. But he could be special. He could really be super special. This game's still frozen. Sorry, folks. I don't know what's going on in the game. Gonna have to figure it out again. Thank you for your patience. Believe me, I don't have any myself right now. Uh-oh. That could be a problem. Didn't want that to happen. All right. Game's back on. 2-2 the count on Ramon Arias. Bases empty, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch is swung on and missed, and Arias goes down on strikes. Burr with the strikeout, and that'll end the 6th. We head to the late innings. It's the Orioles 6, the Blue Jays 1. I could be wrong, too. Hey, folks, just so you know, I really much more prefer to be a play-by-play guy and have my reactions and gut feelings about in-game management and in-game situations. When it comes to roster moves, front office stuff, yeah, I've got my opinions. There's certain players I like. There's certain players I don't want. But at the end of the day, I'm just another talking head. I don't know. You know? I really wanted Lucas Erceg. Did Erceg wind up going anywhere? Did nobody get Erceg? That's who I wanted. Jackson isn't being called up yet. See, there's conflicting reports. I mean, Jackson is very recently just returning to playing in the field. So I felt like when there was a call up and we had a choice of who to call up after Mateo went down, I'm like, well, we shouldn't go with Holiday yet because he needs more time to get back into the groove. So you go with Norby for a more short-term solution. Well, Norby's gone. And now it's been about, a week or so since we lost Mateo. Maybe that's been enough time for Jackson. I don't know. Phillies lead 4-2 over the Yankees in the top of the 6th. The Red Sox have a 3-3 tie with the Mariners, if you guys are interested. Holiday had his chance. Wow. Please remind me not to work for you, sir. I can imagine getting a job at Baskin Robbins, and I go to scoop some ice cream, and it drops on the floor. You're fired! You had your chance. But I just started. I want to work. You're fired! What are you doing? You just dropped a scoop of ice cream. You're finished. You're done. Urseg went to the Royals. That's right. Man, that's with God. So he was available. We should have got him. This one is fouled back. That was the guy I wanted. By the way, it's Barger at the plate, and he's got a 2-1 count. I'm not doing a great. I had a feeling my play calling wouldn't be too good tonight. Between that doubleheader taking a lot out of me yesterday, and then again all this trade talk, it's kind of hard to focus. 2-1 pitch is hit on the ground hard past the diving glove of Mountcastle in the right field for a base hit. A leadoff single here for Addison Barger.
Suit up this season at MLBshop.com, the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles.
Me a nervous breakdown? Oh, I'm used to them. I know how to handle them. I've had so many. Practice makes perfect. I'm thinking with that Jimenez pickup that the whole, when we face a lefty, Adley automatically DHs. I think that is over now. I think going forward, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because Eloy, again, he's not being brought in for his glove. And we needed a right-handed bat to balance out this roster when we're facing left-handed pitching. So if he's in a platoon with O'Hearn at DH, I can understand it. 0-1 pitch to Jimenez is hit on the ground, foul off to the left. The count is 0-2. But I'm not so excited about seeing Jimenez play in the outfield. I mean, we still need somebody who can man left field, and if we're facing a left-handed starter, that means unless you want to start Cowser and Mullins, two lefties, they can definitely do it on defense, but I wanted to get that righty bat that can give you some offense and some defense in left field. And I don't think we have that with Eloy Jimenez. Oh, not me take deep breaths? All right, I should probably take deep breaths anyway. 1-2 the count on Jimenez. Here's a check on the runner. Barger back end standing. 6-1 Orioles, top of the 7th. Blue Jays have one run back in the 4th inning. That's it. Corbin Burnes has been very good so far today. He's about to throw his 87th pitch of the ball game. A 1-2 to Jimenez, and this one's fouled back. We'll do it again. Eloy's going to be the Tanner Scott we didn't pick up. Okay. All right. That is quite the project. We got to turn Eloy into our closer quickly. All right. When we're saying just saw Jackson heading to Baltimore, you guys got to give me a source. You got to give me a hard source, if you don't mind, because I don't have the ability to. Wait, is this volume on? Oh my God, this volume is on a little bit. Have you guys been hearing a little bit of the broadcast? My goodness, I hope that doesn't get me in trouble. Update on the MLB network. Okay, that sounds fair enough. All right, Holiday's on his way. Holiday is on his way. 1-2 the count. Swung on and fouled away. What a long at bat here. Still 1-2 on Jimenez. Double barrel action in the Oriole bullpen. The righty Cano, the lefty Perez. Next pitch from Burnes will be number 90. Nobody out here in the 7th inning. With a runner on base. Trying to get past this 1-2 count we've been stuck on now for a few minutes. The next 1-2 pitch. And this one is a chopper to third. Arias goes to second for 1, to first. 2. A double play. Just what the doctor ordered, baby. A double play. The bases are empty with 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Burnes is ready to go 7 innings. Oh, your neighbor's uncle's brother's son's former roommate. Here's a Baroa. 2 down, bases empty. The pitch. Breaking ball off the plate outside. 1-0. Buy one, get one free. Oh, buy one out, get one free. I love a good deal. I tell you what, the 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right, 1-1. Back in like my college days, early post-college days, whenever I went grocery shopping, it was never about, oh, these are the things I like to eat, and I'll go out and buy them. No, I would go down every aisle and look for anything that was buy one, get one free. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm eating this because this sounds like a deal. This pitch is off the plate and the count is 2-1. Like I would bring my card up to the register or whatever, and the cash lady or whatever would be like, wow, everything buy one, get one free? I'm like, yeah. You've saved $58.27 today. I'm like, I know. I want that $58. 2-2 the count. On, where are we at? What do you got on the other TV there, Michael? 2-2 to Baroa. Swung on, Tapper. Over the glove of Burnes, and a bare hand by Westberg, but no time to get Baroa. He's got some pretty good speed. An infield hit. Just over the pitcher's mound, out of Burnes' reach, and then it just died out there in the infield. Westberg did his best to charge it, barehand it. Accurate throw to first, but Baroa too fast. I got the best chat, folks. Look at you guys. Info, stats, hot takes. Drew French is out to have a chat with Burnes, who's on 95 pitches. George Springer is coming up here. If we can just get through this inning, and in the 8th inning, Vladdy would be due up with at most a runner on base with a 5-run lead here. We can just get this out. All right, the meeting on the mound is over. George Springer is 0 for 3 today. He's struck out his last 2 times up against Burnes. Let's see if Burnes can get him one more time. Time to empty the tank here with 2 down in the 7th on 95 pitches. First pitch is a curveball low. 1-0 the count. 6-1 Orioles in the top of the 7th. This is the 3rd game of 4 after a doubleheader split yesterday. And the final game tomorrow. This pitch is inside. 2-0. 2-0 on George Springer. Burnes has yet to have an inning where he's thrown as many as 20 pitches. 18 has been the most, but that's what he's on right now. With a 2-0 count on Springer, 2 down, the pitch, and that is off the plate, ball 3. The runner is going, and he will get in there safely. The ball trickles away a few feet. But it looks like whether that ball was caught cleanly or not, that base would have been stolen. So, runner at second now at 2 down. A 3-0 count on Springer. And look at that. Rubenstein and Cal Ripken sitting there. One row behind the other. Having a conversation right there. Right there behind the plate. And that is ball 4. Well, Burnes has got to get this next out. And is Brandon Hyde not going to allow him to do it? I'm not sure I want to pull Burnes yet. Whoever we bring in must get the next batter out, because if they don't, then Vlad's coming up. Burnes is done on 99 pitches, 2 down in the 7th, 2 on. And he leaves to a standing ovation. Cal Ripken and David Rubenstein join in on the applause. Corbin Burnes taking that swagger walk back to the dugout after a good outing. All right. So who's this guy hitting between Springer and Vladdy again? Is it Varsho, right? Lefty? Yeah, Dalton Varsho. He's hitting under 200. That's what I mean. I mean, we couldn't just leave Burnes in there to get this hitting under 200 guy. I don't care that he's a left-handed bat. Because honestly, even if he didn't get him, I'd still want him in there to go after Guerrero. I'm just afraid we bring in a reliever in a high-pressure situation with Guerrero up, and then suddenly we're in a mess. But I think we're going to be all right. Maybe more coffee will help. Maybe some chill-out music will help. Oh, maybe a special lucky will help. Hell, maybe something else will help. You know, I got a lot of help around here. All right. It's official. It's time to win the ball game. Cionel Perez is on. Where's this music? Turn off. All right, here we go. Perez against Varsho. First pitch is line drive, right field, down and up against the out-of-town scoreboard for an extra base hit. Santander's throw in is bad. And here we go. Now Vlad is up with a lefty pitcher out there, and we're going to have to walk him to bring up the tying run. It's the only thing you can do. You can't, I mean, God, I could see this coming 2 batters ago. Oh, my God, here we go. Perez comes in and immediately gives up a double. Second and third, 2 down. 6-2 Orioles. Guerrero at the plate. First pitch, and Perez does catch the outside corner for a called strike. Vladdy wasn't swinging. Oh, my God. What are we doing? Please do the right thing. Again, the outside edge. Perez nips it again at 97, and Vlad disagrees. He has a point. That ball was a little bit more outside by an inch. But we've got Vlad 0-2. Don't get cocky, Perez. This one is up and away. 1-2 the count. And remember, Guerrero, just like his father, he's a bad ball hitter. Just because you're keeping it on the edge or just off the edge doesn't mean he can't go out there and clobber it. You got to throw the right pitch, the one he's not looking for. The 1-2 is up, and the check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't, says the first base umpire, and the count is 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Guerrero at the plate. Perez on the mound in the top of the 7th. Oh, that must have just happened. This is an inside-out swing. This should get us out of the inning on a ground ball to second. Westberg to first, and the inning is over. The Orioles survive what could have been a very, very sad turnout of this inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch time, folks.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
All right. Exhale a little bit. And maybe think about turning on the hot stove because it's time to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up for the 7th inning stretch time.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
I mean, I got no cakes. It's empty.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
My goodness. All right, put some beers on the griddle. That'll work too. There's the classic high from Eric Rose. All right. Looks like this, I guess I can get rid of this poll question here. Well, it looks like the A's have picked up. Okay. 85 people in on the vote. Hey, by the way, speaking of votes and numbers and what have you, 11 away from 100 likes. Folks, we're in a break right now. We're in the late innings. We got to get this up over triple digits, right? Right? Come on now. Where's the
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
I really do. Hey, folks, if you are watching right now and you have not hit that thumb there at the bottom of your screen already, I'm just kindly asking that you do so. It does help this channel out. It's a small channel. It's just taken off here in the first opening months. And, you know, we're building a fantastic community. Just by doing that, YouTube is going to go, all right, this streamer, he's consistently getting these numbers. Why don't we push him in the algorithm a little farther up? Maybe show up on a few more people's recommends. That's how it works, folks. You just keep just leveling up, and I need your help if you don't mind. We're going to hit 100. We'll be fine. Thank you, folks. Jose, somebody help me out with this last name. C-U-A-S. Cuas. Hooah! Jose Cuas. Colton Cowser at the plate. First pitch is off the plate for ball one. Cowser getting a chance to lead off another inning. Seems like he's done it maybe 3 out of the 4 times he's been up tonight. This pitch is off the plate outside. 2-0. 2-0 on the milkman. Come on now. Who is this guy? Who is this guy and what does he do? This pitch is way off the plate outside. 3-0. We might have one of these inexperienced guys after all this movement by the Jays. The 3-0, he gets one in there. Has a bit of a sidearm delivery. Or maybe, I guess, more of a 3/4. Cuas. C-U-A-S. And this one is swung on and missed. 92 miles an hour, top of the zone. Big cut and a miss there by Cowser. Full count. Couple of hits on today for Cowser. Payoff pitch. There's that delivery again. And he fouls it back. I'll put it somewhere between 3/4 and a sidearm. What are we talking about? 7/8? I don't know. Here comes another payoff pitch. And that one is grounded softly up the middle of the diamond and will be fielded by the shortstop. Cowser is retired. 1 away. Yeah, Robert O. for being the first. Again, folks, I have to consider everything speculation until we get some hard news and some, some sources, because I don't want to sit here and make an analysis of something that hasn't actually occurred yet. But then again, that's pretty much what all this trade talk has been about for the last couple of weeks, right? A bunch of analysis of stuff that hasn't happened. Adley Rutschman at the plate with a 1-0 count, and this pitch is way outside. Just a bit outside. Adley
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Matt, my vocal cords can't handle it anymore, buddy. That's part of the reason this pitch is up and away. Dude, I just called a doubleheader yesterday. So we're talking about 10 hours worth of broadcasting in the past 30. And you want me to do the live charge? 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4. Why don't I let Ratso Rizzo do the talking?
I'm walking here.
Connor Norby with a tweet. Loss of words, many emotions right now, but thank you to Baltimore for giving me a chance to grow and show what I can do. I love this city, these fans, my teammates and coaches, and I love every second of being an Oriole. My family and I are forever grateful to Birdland. Well, cheers to you, Connor, and I wish you well down in Miami. Gunnar Henderson at the plate, and he takes a called strike. Let's bring up the sub screen. Gunner's up.
His name's Gunner, and he's dating my mom.
1 for 2 with a walk. He scored twice. The pitch outside, 1-1. Folks, we're in the bottom of the 7th. The Orioles lead at 6-2. Runner at first with 1 out. Henderson with a 1-1 count. And this ball's hit to the opposite field. Going back on it, still backpedaling and making the catch out there is Baroa. He gets it back in for the second out of the inning. Rutschman back to first. 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. And here comes Tony Taters.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
This might be Tony's last trip to the plate. In fact, we're kind of hoping it is, because that means we're not going to bat in the 9th because we've already won. So let's see if Tony can get one more extra base hit on the night. He's got a double and a homer already. This pitch is outside for ball 1. Come on, Tony. Get that OPS up. I'm sick of only Judge and Soto being above 1,000 in the OPS. I want one of our guys there. This pitch is low and outside. 2-0 the count. Of course, his average is going to make it hard. But, man, the slugging is certainly there. 2-0, the count on Tony. The pitch, 3-0. 3-0. And there's a wave going on in the ballpark. Here's the pitch. Up and away. Take your base, Tony.
I'm walking here.
Ain't nobody want to pitch to you. Ain't nobody want to pitch to you.
I'm walking here.
All right. 2 men on. And it's time to go to a couple of Ryans. Ryan's hope with these next 2 batters, starting with this guy.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Ryan O'Hearn at the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. A single back in the 3rd. The pitch is up and away. His bat started after it, but just a little bit of a swing, not even worth appealing. 1-0 the count. Rutschman at second. Tony at first. Pitch. That's in there for a strike. At 92 miles an hour. Inside half of the plate, but not on the edge. Hittable pitch. 1-1 count. This pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. I got a feeling we're going to get a little bit of 2-out magic here and put this one out of reach. Right here. Come on. Come on, Ryan. Here we go. 2-1 count. The pitch. Up and away. Ball 3. Ball 3. This pitcher is having trouble finding the zone. Kuaz. The other Ryan, Mountcastle, awaits on deck. We got a 3-1 to O'Hearn, and the pitch is lifted foul behind the plate. That was not a pitch anywhere in the middle of the plate on a 3-1 count. That had the top of the zone on the outside corner. O'Hearn can only foul it away. 2 on, 2 out, and a full count. The runners will be moving. And for some reason, their cameras are focused on the third base umpire about something and then flashing to the Blue Jay dugout. I think the Blue Jays dugout and the third base umpire are having an issue. Up and away, ball 4, not even close.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Everybody's walking here.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Bases loaded. And up steps Mountie.
Okay, mount up.
Ryan Mountcastle with a chance to have a huge night and put this one out of reach. And for some reason, this first pitch is called a strike. That was 3 inches inside.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
A bad call by the ump on the first pitch of this bases loaded 2 out at bat. The next one is way inside. Are you sure, ump? You don't want to give him strike 2 on that? You bum.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
1-1 the count. Bases loaded, 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. The Orioles up by 4. One swing could make that lead double. The pitch swung on and fouled away. Just got a piece, looked like it was low on the bat. And the count is 1-2. The Yankees are leading the Phillies 5-4 in the 7th. I might need to figure out where to send you guys after this between now and the next inning. The pitch, way up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Come on, folks. This pitcher's one mistake away from giving up the farm. We are maxed out here. Bases loaded, 2 down. The 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Mountie chases a ball out of the zone. And the inning is over. Oh, no. All right. Well, you win some, you lose some. But if we win the ball game, what did we really lose? Just a moment of... a momentary letdown, that's all. It's what I like to call a momentary letdown. It won't last because in about 15 minutes or so, we're all going to be high-fiving over a win. Right? Am I right? Somebody.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
Exactly. Why can't you guys be more calm like my friend here? All right. That's right. Well, nice and composed. All right, who we got coming out on the mound? Maybe we get a sneak peek here. Perez got that last out, but he also gave up a hit. And who's due up? We got a lefty, righty, righty. Is that right? I can't even tell you, really. I mean, these Blue Jays are scraping a lineup together. I mean, we got to win this ball game, folks. Corbin Burnes. Come on. Let's get Corbin this win. Our bullpen has got to be on point tonight. And here's a special hello to the Johns Hopkins counselors in the crowd tonight. Here's a brown ball, and I guess it was fouled off of the batter, Horowitz. It went to first base. Mountie was ready to field it and get the first out, but fouled off of Horowitz into fair territory. So Cionel Perez is still out there to face this lefty. And we'll see how much farther he goes after Horowitz is out of the way. 0-1 the count. Hey, everybody. Thanks for welcoming me back. 1-1 the count. Yeah, I think Sir Anthony for the bottom of the 8th, but I haven't seen him getting loose yet. Cano was up earlier. 1-1 the count. This one's hit on the right side. Mountie, fair ball. He'll get to the bag first with plenty of time. 1 away here in the 8th. Start counting the outs, folks. 5 more for the win. It is Cano still up right now. He would appear to be the designated guy to come in next. Whether it's some... Oh, here comes Hyde, and here comes Cano. All right, folks. Call to the bullpen. Here we go. Base is empty, 1 down. Top of the 8th. The Orioles lead at 6-2. Give me some chill-out music. Give me back this Lucky. All right, folks. Look, again, let me say something about yesterday's broadcast and today's. I did a doubleheader yesterday, right? I'm going to be honest. I went back and I rewatched a significant part of both of those games for a few different reasons. I was hoping it would help me go to sleep, but it also gives me a chance to check on a couple of things because, you know, sometimes I got to audit my own channel, you know? I got to see what I'm doing. I got to see what chat's doing and everything. And I'll tell you what, game 1 yesterday, the win, one of my best calls of the year. A whole lot of fun. We had a good time. Game 2, that whole Cade Povich thing and that whole we can't figure out when to pitch around a guy like Vladdy. And all that frustration, you know what? I was just too damn frustrated. I was a bad BW. I was a bad BW. I have every right to be critical, you know, when it calls for it, just like anybody else. But the last thing I want to do is be that guy that's just, once you, it's contagious. Once you start seeing a problem and then you see another and you start to get a little freaked out. But I've calmed down. I know everybody's very concerned about my well-being, so just letting you know. I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. I got to remember, you know, I got to maintain my composure if I'm going to do this thing. This is me giving myself a pep talk, by the way, folks, in case you haven't realized it. I'm using you right now to make myself feel better. Thank you. All right, Yennier Cano coming out. 47 appearances on the season. Here's number 48. First pitch is on the outside edge for a called strike at 96. To Brian Serven. 9 games appeared as a catcher with an .067 average. He doesn't even have an RBI. The 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, low and away. Yeah, and now I'm a sleep-deprived BW. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to catch you back up. By tomorrow, I'm going to be back fit. You know, the trade stuff, I'm telling you, no sleep here the past few days. This one is fouled away. I actually feel very fortunate that I don't feel like physically or whatever worse or sick or whatever. Like, I'm okay. Just kaput, tired. That's it. You can fix tired. I'll get my rest. It'll be all right. 1-2 the count with Serven at the plate. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Usually right is as good as I can do, or as good as I can ask for. This pitch looked like strike 3. It had the bottom of the zone, and we don't get the call. Come on, ump.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
I mean, what do you want? That pitch was in the zone, and then it touches the bottom. It was always in the zone. 2-2 the count. And there's a swing and a miss. It doesn't matter. We got this nobody catcher out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Serve up the bench. Go sit down. 2 away. Here's Clement. Oh, Calvin, you were there for the whole doubleheader, huh? I envy you, my friend. Oh, I did think you did check in about that. I forgot. Again, my brain is mush. And another reason, really, to keep my commentary about stuff like these trades and trying to analyze them and give you my opinion, I mean, I should probably just sit on it for a day or two. The 1-0 pitch to Clement is just a bit off the outside corner at the knees. That could have been a strike. 2-0. 2 down, nobody on, top of the 8th. Orioles ahead by 4. 4 more outs to get. The pitch. And that one's off the plate. Well, actually, it had the plate just a little bit low on the outside corner. 3-0 the count. No way. Tomorrow's game is an early one? No, Ray. No. Is that true? I guess it is a getaway kind of game, isn't it? Oh, God. There's a called strike. 3-1 the count. Oh, my God. Really? No. I haven't had normal sleep in too long, man. Come on. The 3-1 is in there for a called strike, too. Folks, I'm not complaining, all right? It's just me reacting to the news. I'll get over it. I'm going to do it because I wouldn't rather be doing anything else than this. Don't you worry. It's not a complaint. This one's hit right back to Cano. He's got it. Flips it to first, and the 8th inning is over. Folks, 3 more outs to get and another trip to the plate to add on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Orioles 6, the Blue Jays 2, and BW is finding his second wind. Let's go. Oh, Calvin, a doubleheader and then pickles and hours of trade talk. Oh, Calvin, man. I know you're all in, Calvin. I know you're all in, man. I know you're all in, buddy. Support your boy BW, Calvin. You got to understand. Imagine being as much of a super fan as you are and then living this frickin' far away. I so want to be right there with you guys right now. It's ridiculous. Maybe one day I can make it happen. It's ridiculous. Coming up in the bottom of the 8th, Westy, Ced, and Ramon. Yeah, you got Nicholas down in BW. Down in Florida. All right, now you know. Now you know how my brain's doing. Yeah, Nicholas is down there in BW. That's a great part of the country. Has everyone ever been to BW? Oh, my goodness. I mean, so much to do, the sights. I can't even read now. All right, Calvin, now you're rubbing it in. You had some barbecue from Boogs, too? My goodness, you're getting the full experience. All right. Yeah, BWI. But see, I am BW. You just got to move it around. I BW. Nobody BW but me. I BW. Don't talk to me about BWI. By the way, I have my own parkway. Did you guys know that? I have my own parkway named after me. I'm sure you've heard of it. So, you know, that's what I got going. All right, Westberg is coming up.
Well, West is that way.
Zach Pop is out to pitch, right-hander for the Blue Jays. Talk about pop music, pop, pop. Pop music. Talk about Zach Pop. 37th appearance. Westberg with a worm burner to short. And he will be thrown out. He's 0 for 4 on the night. Not much doing for Westy at the plate on this game. First out here in the bottom of the 8th. Hey, that's my parkway, base. How dare you? Wait, let me do my Mel Gibson telephone voice impression. How dare you? All right, that's better. It's my parkway. Mullins fouls it off. 0-1 the count. The next pitch from Pop. Oh, his middle name is Crackle. I gotcha. So snap, crackle, pop with a 1-1 count. Hey, there's Sir Anthony ready to pitch the ninth in a non-save situation. Kind of the perfect spot. It's like you're getting him in the ninth. It's not a save situation, but it's close enough to where you can kind of get an idea if, say, you wanted to not go to Kimbrel. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I'm kind of rooting for us to just have a 4-run lead going into this ninth inning, because this is the best simulation without it being the real thing. 1-2 the count on Mullins. And that one is inside, 2-2. Yep. There's a lot of open seats all around the ballpark here. Not that big of a crowd, man. This one's up and in, and the count has gone full on Mullins. Ramon Arias, who's got a couple of RBI, including a solo homer on the night. He's on deck. Payoff pitch, low, ball 4. Said, take your base.
I'm walking here.
I don't know if it's a result of just the pitching we've been facing lately not being all that quality, or if we're actually doing something a little bit better, but you got to admit, folks, we're definitely walking more in the past, I'd say, month than we were the first couple months or so of the season. It's good to see. Getting more guys on base that way. Ramon Arias is at the plate, and he takes outside for ball 1. Where's your thing, Ramon?
I have a brother.
Yes, you do. Let him know I said hello. Mullins takes his lead at first, and a pitch up, and that's a strike. Come on. Ramon turns out of the way. He didn't really have to. It wasn't that much up and in, but it was up and in comparison to the strike zone. But it gets called a strike, 1-1. All right, we don't have to talk about my parkway being the worst. Look, I get it. It's a traffic nightmare. It's a bottleneck creator. Hey, this pitch gets away. Mullins will move up to second base. Move on up there, said.
Meep, meep.
All right, Sed's in scoring position with 1 out. Two and 1 the count on Arias. You guys don't... Come on. In the fall, it's at least a nice scenic drive, right? You get the beautiful trees of Maryland on either side going down the parkway. Come on now. You guys are making me feel terrible. This is a ball that's hit to short, and what kind of throw is this from the shortstop? Jimenez fields a Arias grounder and throws it about, 30 to 40 feet short of the bag, and then expects it to bounce the rest of the way there. And Arias beats it out. What in the world was that? 2 on with 1 out, and here comes the milkman. Let's have some milk. Colton Cowser, 2 hits on the night. Those came in the first and third innings. He's 0 for 2 since, so now he's due again. All right. The pitch off the plate outside for ball 1. 6-2 Baltimore in the bottom of the 8th. They have led the entire way with a solid pitching outing from Corbin Burnes. This pitch is hit in the air left side and slicing foul out of play. Wow. Are those all staff people in the, hey, give that fan a contract? 1-1 the count. Man, I wish there was a Rex Barney audio clip of give a fan a contract. I would put that on my soundboard yesterday if it existed. If anybody can find an MP3 audio file of Rex Barney saying give that fan a contract, let me know. 2-1 the count on Cowser as this pitch is a little bit inside. The next pitch is right in there, 2-2. All right. We're going to find some action here pretty soon, I feel. 2 on, 1 out, and a 2-2 count to Cowser, who's been hitting pretty well. This one's popped up, though. Popped up, shallow left, coming in. Baroa makes the catch. And there are 2 down. Runners at first and second stay where they are. All right. Pull out the clutch.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Adley Rutschman is due up next. Perhaps the final chance to add on to this 4-run lead with 2 down here in the 8th. Look at Robert. He's got his popcorn there. Is that popcorn? I can't even tell what that emoji is. I swear I'm seeing... Everything's blurry to me now. First pitch to Rutschman's right in there for a strike at 96. Adley is 1 for 3 today. It's good to see him to get that hit, but he's still not quite the Adley we'd like to see. He needs to start getting into a groove here. The 0-1 is, that's a liner, but right to second base for out number 3. Rutschman, bad luck there. Hit on a line right at the second baseman, and that's it. Folks, we're going to the 9th. It looks like it's going to be Sir Anthony Dominguez to come out and try to, what do you call it? Oh, yeah.
Close the door. Close the door.
All right, we're going to the 9th. The Orioles lead at 6-2. Okay, it is popcorn. All right, my vision isn't completely compromised from what's been a ridiculously crazy run here. Oh, man. All right, BW, half an inning. Get into it. Come on, folks. Let's go. I mean, I haven't even checked in with my buddy down at the dance club. What's going on out there?
Where's you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today.
All right, it's good to know. That's what I needed to hear. Let's go. It is time for the 9th. Sir Anthony of the Round Table. The only officially knighted Oriole in our team's history, Sir Anthony Dominguez. He fought... I think he was in, wasn't he in the Holy Grail, Monty Python? Yeah, he had Sir Lancelot, Sir Galahad. All right, Sir Anthony Dominguez. 40 appearances, ERA of 4.5. Opponents hitting 2 1/4, 225 off of Sir Anthony, and he's got a nice thick beard. That's a nice beard on Sir Anthony. Number 56. Addison Barger. It's the bottom of the order with a 4-run lead. Here we go. First pitch, and he just kisses the bottom of the zone. 98 miles an hour at the very bottom of the zone for a called strike. It's just a flesh wound. Right? He's got no arms left. This pitch is off the plate, 1-1. I've heard some stuff from that movie before. This one's hit in the air. Right. Oh, it's actually just shallow enough. Watch out. My goodness. Gunner, I get it. You're the captain of the infield. Gunner almost went into complete right field to take a ball away from Westberg that he clearly had control of. We got one out here in the ninth on a pop-up to Westy in shallow right field with Gunnar Henderson making me nervous. All right, here's Leo Jimenez, who's 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch to him is low for ball 1. Pitch. In there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anybody remember this from the Holy Grail?
Message for you, son.
The 1-1 to Jimenez is in there for a called strike on the inside part of the zone. 1-2. 2 more outs to get. And this guy's on 2 strikes. Base is empty here in the ninth. The Orioles ahead by 4. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased one off the plate. That's the slider from Dominguez, and it worked out brilliantly.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Look at that thing move off the plate. I'm telling you, folks, this feels like a ninth inning audition. Here's Stuart Baroa. The pitch. That one is hit foul off to the right. I mean, you can't take too much out of this because he's facing the bottom of a very weak lineup here. It's not like we're getting a chance to see what he does against the middle of a really tough order here, but it's a little glimpse of something. Here comes the 0-1, and that one is low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two down in the ninth. 1 more out to get. The pitch is a check swing foul, and the Blue Jays are down to their final strike. Crowd getting on their feet. 1 more strike to go. Dominguez the pitch, and that is on the outside corner, called strike 3.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
And the Orioles have taken the 3rd game of this 4-game series, a 2-1 lead, as they bounce back after that tough loss in the nightcap last night with a fine win here. Final score 6-2. Orioles 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Blue Jays 2 runs, just 5 hits and 1 error. Sir Anthony Dominguez looking comfortable in the 9th inning, but again, we got to think about the situation here. But it's a nice audition to maybe give him a little higher leverage situation than that. And maybe we'll have an alternative if we want to go that way. I think we at least need the option. It's a solid win all the way around, folks. The kind of win that makes you go, all right, trade window is closed. Our players have been assembled. Some new guys we're going to see probably tomorrow in uniform. Lots to get excited about. Lots of action to come. And again, starting tomorrow, folks, it's Act 3, the final 54 games of the season. 2/3 in the books, the final third, the home stretch, the playoff push. This is when things really start to get exciting. We've got a division battle going on. We got everything to play for. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's ball game. I'm going to give you a couple of things in the wrap-up and then try to send you somewhere else. But thanks so much for being here. I want to make sure I don't forget to say it now. You guys are awesome. And we're up to 1,707. We couldn't get to 1,710. Well, that's all right. It's a new, it's still a new, what do you call it? We're climbing. We're climbing. Let me see. Let me look at something here. Let me go to the scoreboard here. All right, so it's still going on in the top of the ninth, but you know what? I can't send you to JJ on this one because it's the optics would be bad. JJ covers the Phillies. If I bring in Oriole fans in on a game where they're losing and the Yankees are winning, that just doesn't make any damn sense. No offense to JJ, but I just the Mets have already gone final. Let me see if my boy Fitz is doing this Red Sox game. You can go in there and bug him. I don't get to redirect to Fitz that often because, well, the couple of times I've tried lately, he hasn't been streaming. Maybe he is tonight, though. Let me look. And he is. Okay, folks, we have a place to go. Again, the Mets still says live, but according to this scoreboard, that game just ended. This Red Sox game's got a lot of time to go, so I'm going to send you to Mariners versus Red Sox. Hey, maybe you want to take a look at that new Seattle lineup and watch the Red Sox perhaps lose because the Mariners are up by a touchdown there. You heard? If you do head on over, you'll see the redirect pop up and let Fitzy know BW said, hey, maybe I'll pop in myself and as I start to relax and maybe drift off to sleep, I'll have the stream on. Yeah, folks, great numbers tonight, great turnout, great support from everybody. Again, I'm just really looking forward to getting back into a groove and a regular routine. With a little extra sleep, I'm going to feel a little bit better. But we got through it. I got through it. And we got one tonight. So yeah, after this one tonight starting, let's look at this. Hold on. We're getting one more piece of information here. Where is it? Start time and starting pitching matchup. I wonder if they've already replaced Albert Suarez on the probable pitcher list with Rogers. Okay, one more thing to look at here, folks. Tomorrow, wow, 11:35 p.m. tonight, same day. So, folks, if I'm wearing the same clothes tonight or tomorrow for you, it's still the same day for me, okay? Don't come at me. I might be wearing the same stuff. Let's see. We have, for you guys, it'll be a 12:35 p.m. start time. I'll be on the air at 12:25 p.m. And Grayson Rodriguez is going to be on the mound against who the hell knows. That sounds like a great matchup. Steady Grayson going for win number 13. Up against probably some pitcher that they got to find to fill a space because of all of that trading that went on. Maybe that was Kikuchi's spot before he got traded. Who knows? They got to fill out that spot. We don't know what we're getting, but we're ready to win and take 3 out of 4 from the Blue Jays. How's that sound? We're back to 20 games above 500, by the way, folks. I'm ready to go. I don't live in Bangkok, Mr. Hyde, but I can tell you that baseball in Thailand is pretty much there's no baseball fans out here. They are hard to find, and they're usually from out of town. And when I say out of town, I mean out of several time zones. There are old Orioles games on YouTube that have expiring audio, but give that fan a contract. Skrills, I guess I'm an old boomer or something, but unless you or somebody else can turn that into an MP3 clip, I don't know how to do it. And honestly, with everything else I got running with the streaming stuff, I don't have room really to afford to put on another program to like edit audio on. I don't know. If anybody can make a little clip, I'll definitely use it. Just make it an MP3. I'll put the Discord link out there. You can just stick it right on the Discord. And I've already done that once with another clip. So think about it. There's always a way to help out the channel. It doesn't have to be monetary. Just a little bit of your time. Maybe you got a little bit of a talent. I tell you what, I don't know how to market myself. I don't know what I'm doing. So if you got ideas for like some graphics that might help out, point me in the right direction of some other things to help improve this channel, I'm always willing to listen to anybody's input. Because again, you know, I've only got so much talent here, people. There's only so many things I can do well. And this is a complete one-man show operation. And when I say that, I must include, of course, the mods here who do a fantastic job and put in so much time and effort. And they also are willing to listen to me on the Discord as I sometimes, lose my mind. But, you guys are also giving me therapy. You guys are great. Everybody's great. I should probably sign off now because I sound like I'm drunk. But I'm not. I might be drunk on, lack of sleep. That's all. That's all that is. All right. I'm getting out of here. Tomorrow. For me, tonight. Whatever. I'll be back. But I'm sending you now to Red Sox and Mariners. Yeah, you can keep your Yankee game on. I know it's interesting. You can have that on your TV, but just have this game on your internet, on your device. All right? I'm sending you over to Fitzpatrick. All right, folks. I'll be back. And until then, this has been the Birdwatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Have a good night, everybody. We're 20 games over. First place. We're doing fine.